Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my journey back to the spirits inside. My name is Diann Henry. I'm here with my brother, Steve Henry, and he is the guide along the journey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Whatever. I'm on the inside. There ain't no time inside. You know, we're all made to be inside of our dreams. If you don't be inside your dream, you can't see nothing else, right? You got to wait on somebody else to show you. If they don't show you, you're right there at the same place, right?
Yeah.
And if you start counting and you get right there at the numbers and you stop right there, you well and fine, right? You good every day. But all you can do is count. You have 2 apples and somebody come take 2 of them. You kind of messed up, right? Because all you can do is count, so you can't really tell they're gone, right?
Yeah.
But once you can count, all bets off. You're in the house. But my thing is, as you go through life, you got to trade through the things. The very moment you stop trading through them, what happens?
You stuck.
And if you stop, can you still go?
No.
And the longer you stay there, you go round and round and round. It gets layers and layers, like an eggshell, getting thicker and thicker and thicker, till you get trapped inside of it. But you're trapped inside of your own self. You can't come from inside of yourself. Your mind be on the outside. Those are the material things on the outside. Not one material thing can ever come inside of your skin. Everything you find on the inside of your skin is God. That's the house of God inside of you. But that's why I say you had to rebuild it. Somebody was going to come show you. That's that house I showed you. That's Christ shit. That ain't mine. I mean, I ain't the one who overlooked it. You know. Back at the beginning of that Facebook page, I'd go right in the Bible, place by place, and show you, walk right through it. And at about 400, I'd make up the little graphs. The 7 of them ain't mine. The 12 come from the beginning. The 7 come from there. We just having it's the same one. How it's gonna go? When you started out with the number 1, 2, 3, and you up now to 2021, 1, 2, 3 can't move. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So anything that happened to you got to be in 21 or 22, right?
Yeah.
If you was born in the 80s, your gift is to come due in the 90s or the first 2000. Because how you gonna do the one from the 75? You can't, right? It's already there. It can't change. We standing on top of it. It's on our feet. You got to do 76, 77, 78. So anytime you don't do that, are you in the right place? And the only time you can possibly do something, can you do it 5 seconds ago?
Nope.
Can you do it in the next 5 seconds coming?
No.
The only way you can possibly do it is right now. When you was born at right now. Now, and everything on the planet in creation that you possess is with you right now. Right now, because you're in this space here. This space is inside of you. You can't be outside and be here too. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't see it from the outside. How? Because you got your mind out there in a make-believe world. It's not real. You see everybody out there passing on. All of them. You start out little, get old and fat, and go to church and pray and go to the graveyard and be forgot about it. Ain't that correct?
Pretty much.
But the ones who break away, they break away following their inside. They follow their dreams, and then they spot. Hey, call them up and here they come. They didn't just appear. Michael Jackson just didn't appear up there in the cloud for you to call him down and do what he do. But I can call him down right now. You can too. Everybody. It's just going wide open. It ain't never gonna change. But the people who went to the graveyard, like my brother Daniel, you can't. How you gonna call him down? Ain't no grid he can fit into. Because he didn't open it up. I mean, how can you? So if you don't open up your thing that no one else ain't got but you, how you gonna be known? You can't be known just being a being. There gazillions of people went to the graveyard thinking that was gonna be the way out. But you and I both know it's not the case, right?
Yep.
But if you get the opportunity to go to the inside, you got to drop everything. Find it first. When you find it first, the thing that trouble you through life, they're on the inside. You can go back. The people you love, they're on the inside. You can see if they love you and see can you show them in. But you can't go out there with them without knowing where the place is, can you?
No.
But once you find it, once you leave your city and go to another city and you come back, did you lose anything? It's all right there, right?
Yeah.
But if you stay there and go round and round and round it, could you ever possibly advance?
No.
And now whose fault would that be? The white man or the devil or God's or whose?
This is yours.
And if, whenever you need something and you ain't got it, what's pretty well gonna happen? If you jumped out that airplane and you need the parachute and you ain't got now, what situation would you find yourself in?
Pretty bad one.
Pretty fucked up, right? but no shit though. I appreciate you. I've been all my life trying to get somebody. If you come to the inside, you need to get something established. Once you establish it, where's it gonna go?
Nowhere.
And then if you don't establish anything before you leave here, now everything you got is inside of you. Right now, if it took going to 1,000,005 for you to have eternity, and you can't count, what good that's gonna do you?
None.
But if you could count, you ain't got to worry about it, right? You got to do what you want because once the things you got, they inside now. You're gonna still have them. If you got it, you know you can go there, right?
Yeah.
But if you can't count and you ain't trying to find out how to count before you get in there, is that smart or dumb or just ignorant of that fact?
I'm gonna go with ignorant.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't know it. You ignore it. Don't mean ignorant mean how you gonna know it? Since you've been here, they've been telling you, hey, go down there, and you ain't thinking, how the hell you gonna go back there? It's impossible. You got to know that. How can you go back to yesterday and do anything? Because the math, it don't lie. The math is in everything. You follow the math, can't you follow it when you know how?
Yeah.
But when you don't know how, you follow your ears. Them things you see with your ears. All them things you know you was told, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know not a single damn one of them. But the things you know, you had to see inside of you. That's how you still know. They're sitting there with you right now. There's not one thing that you don't have sitting with you right now. Or I don't know that same thing that's going to possibly come inside of you. Not one. Because they already there, the things in the gospel truth. If you can't come fit into them, I mean, what does the math indicate? The numbers are there and you can't fit into them. What does it indicate?
I don't know.
No, you can't change none of the numbers. If you can't match them exactly, can you have them?
Nope.
Okay, so what does it indicate when you can't fit into the numbers that's there?
You don't have them.
You don't have them. But if you had them, can anyone take them away from you?
Nope.
Can anyone else use them for you?
Can what?
Can anyone else use them for you?
Nope.
Well, think about it then. So anytime you ain't got everything in creation, is it the white man fault or is it preacher fault or the government fault or who fault is it?
I guess it's your fault.
Ain't nobody, everything in creation is on the inside of you. I don't see how in the hell anyone could not know that. Because that's how, without that inside, how you gonna know what something is? It'd be impossible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
How you gonna write without knowing where it is inside? How you gonna read without knowing where it is inside? How you gonna speak in English or any language without knowing where it is inside?
Okay.
Okay, now all the things outside you don't know. That's why you have to find it. Because when you don't know it and you don't find it, but you believe you did, that's a person with good sense or damn fool.
Not good sense.
No, but the truth, I mean, you can't hide the truth. It's like the people you see out there now talking about the Facebook being the thing that just messing up the politics. Do you think that's true? Well, now, you know, once you hesitate, that means you didn't know. So say,
well, I'm trying to think of the story that you're talking about. No, I don't.
well,
I
it's
don't
just,
know.
what they said, they got this whistleblower going around saying how bad Facebook is. It's a Russian spy trying to get revenge on them because they shot down during the election, so they couldn't send their things. You know, they couldn't send out their message because they did it through Twitter and hit them all. Yeah, shit. Y'all know damn well they ain't but two sides. They out there before you 24/7. The Republicans one side, the Democrats the other. Now, they can't mix. If they mix, where you going?
Nowhere.
But you between them both, so where you going? But if you go conservative, which way you going?
Bad.
You're going back to what was already here, that's in conservative, right?
Mhm.
Now they done convince you that they set up the United States, following Jesus and wrote Moses' laws. Can that be possible? Jesus been in the grave 2,000 years. The United States, what, 300 years ago? Can it be possible? They had the Flint Rock fire back then.
No.
Can't nothing change. Can the number one ever change? It can't change. Whatever it is, it's right there. When you go there, you got to be back there on the inside. You can't do it on the outside. It's just like the numbers. On the inside, when you get down to 1 million, you got to go back down there to 1. Everything like that. And everything connected together. On the inside, that's why anything that's not from inside, it can't come inside. Because you can go through anything inside. We can go to Mars in a flash, or the World Trade Center back in 2001. We right there. If we go back to the World War II, you have to be there on the inside. That's why they be showing it to you on the TV. You can't make nothing to put out there. This is God shit. It's already out there. It happens. If you don't fit in, do you think it wait on you?
No.
Okay, and it can't wait on you because it's being unfolded. And if you don't catch up, you think you're gonna be able to see it?
No.
And you're gonna catch up waiting?
No.
So, but the thing about it, but you know, if you go to moving, let's say you go to that 1 by 1 in the numbers and get up a couple hundred or so, you can go 2 plus 2, or 2, 4, 6, 8. And you get up another 50 or so, you can go 5, 10, 15, 20. As you keep going, they keep growing, right?
Yeah.
And you can see, once you see the format, you can see it going into forever. It's just them 10 numbers, that space and that punctuation just keeps going around the cycle. Once you see it, how's it gonna ever stop?
Can't.
But until you see it, how you gonna put it together?
Can't.
And can't nobody make up the truth, right?
No.
But the truth got to match on the inside of you. Anything don't match exactly on the inside, can it be true?
No.
Now you can't stand on the outside and say that ain't true. I don't believe it. But you know, believing means you don't know something. It don't mean you know it, you know. Anyway, in our Bible verse thing, you said it'd be the 14th thing of Matthew, right?
Yes.
I have to pick out something. I can't never think of having no clock to see when we start, because I don't want to, you got all, I don't want to have to give you one of these for running over the minutes. Ain't no time on the inside. I ain't never used these. I've been saving these for you.
You should keep saving it. That's good.
You come to, hey, but take a break every now and then and come to the inside. Because I mean, you ain't got to, you in, because it's your brother's house. Hell, we side by side, we brother and sister, remember?
Can you press your
Oh, there
chat?
you go.
Can
There you go.
you?
Okay. I can work with that. I know you come up with something. I seen it. Just said I got 15 minutes, right?
No, it said 15 minutes have passed.
It's 30 minutes and 15 minutes is past.
Well, I'm telling you that's what I'll say is how many minutes you have passed in case it ain't 15 to 15.
I know what you're saying, because you used to tell me how many minutes the Bible verse be. So when I say 15, I say, well, nah, what I mean, I got 15 more minutes.
Well, actually, no. Now that it's working on 16, you have about not about 7 minutes, because the Bible verse is 5 minutes and change.
I was just gonna say, you usually test. I don't know if you out of character. I don't keep up with that. You know how I tell you? I say, listen, when you and I are talking, when I come back to that window, how can it be added to? It's right where I left, right?
Okay.
It's impossible for it to take a step further without me adding you don't come up with it. It's like the numbers. You can see it. You can see what comes next. But I don't be where it comes next. I can come down to 2 + 2 = 4 and show you what comes next there. But that don't mean I'm there. I come there when you call. That's how things work inside. Because you know how to read, you don't walk around reading every damn thing. But when reading is required, that's when it takes over. Because you know how to swim, you don't have to go around doing this everywhere you go. That don't make no damn sense. But when you jump in the water, it's required, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my point being, you got to have all the things inside of you when you need them on your own journey through the world. You can't go outside and wait on nobody else's, can you?
Right.
It's outside of you. If you're looking for something outside of you, how you gonna find it?
Can't.
Okay, and if your parents taught you and their parents taught them, you're gonna get something. You go down there, wait and pray. Ain't you gonna believe it? Because you can't see it. And at least that's offering you something. It just sounds crazy because it's backwards. Ain't nobody boss out there. Everybody has got to equal everything. But if you don't know, the wrong side of people, they take advantage of that ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. Inside of you, you got something to add to the world. And they teach you that if you gather up money and land and stuff like that, you ain't paying no attention to all the people leaving them, and ain't none of that shit no good. It's material stuff. Get the inside stuff first. Tell the parent you have to get that first. But it moves you from where you was, because where you got to go up higher. You can't bring one of the good things down to you. How that's gonna make sense? You can't be at the high school and pull the college classes in there. You have to leave away from the high school and go get it. You don't need to stay in either one of them. You got to pass through them. If you don't pass through them, that means you got to stay inside of them. If you stay inside of them, you're going to be fucked up. Ain't no way around it. The math don't lie. When you can't get outside of any place, and that place ain't the place, if you can't get outside the city you live in, that ain't the city where you must die. Ain't something going to be a little off?
Okay. Yeah.
And if you can't see it, how you going to do it? You got to see it from the inside. Everything you see from the inside, you can do it, practice it. I put this damn thing right here for the people who, of your character, they can come in now. You got to go to the beginning and practice it. It don't stop here. I put that Facebook page to take you over to the other, because it don't stop. It don't ever stop. But you got to get the light. Once the light go to shining, you can see. But it ain't gonna shine out on the outside. It can't, because the things out there, people already brought out and exposed to the world. They can't change. They can't be yours. They can't be nobody's again. They're going around in space like a stepping stone right there, and it cannot ever move. They ain't made for the outside out there. You can't do that with history. Because you by yourself, you ain't no group of people. Shit. The only group of people is the one who adding this stuff to the altar that you see used and we using right now. You don't make this stuff, you bring it from the inside. It's the web, it's the house of God. It's made just like they told you. You got to build a house. Somebody gonna show you how to build a house. How in the hell you gonna build it out in the world? It's gonna be the world if you build it out in the world. The spirits are inside of your skin. Everything you find on the inside of your skin is of God. Everything you find on the outside of your skin is of the world. And it's the world that's sin. Everybody outside of their skin is in the world. You got to know that, right?
Okay.
Where is the number stacked up now? Out there in the world, inside of you.
Inside.
Okay, this language we use. The users out there in the world are inside of
Inside.
you. Now, everybody out there who don't know who it is inside of them in this English language, they supposed to understand what you saying?
No.
And it's impossible, right? That be the case. You can just walk out and start speaking Chinese and never spoke. But it seemed like the forest thing looked like you die first, right? Because you don't see it. But if you practice it with them, you can't practice it with somebody that don't speak it. You ain't gonna find nothing with nobody who don't know where it's at. That don't make no sense, do it?
No.
If I believe I know where something at, and I teach you to teach your children that, am I your friend or am your enemy?
Enemy.
So believing it, I know I don't know. And if me and you out there looking for it, and I'm calling you into bringing your children too, knowing that I don't know, you don't know I don't know. And then you bring the children. The children, all the stuff comes from the children. It's the dream. But once your window has closed, you know, I mean, the math just don't be on your side. And when you're on the opposite side of the math, what that mean, good or bad?
Bad.
Ain't never no time to be no good coming from being opposite the math. You know, I've been watching for that number. I see that look in your eyes. Ooh,
well, I can just tell you. I can just tell you got 2 minutes.
Okay. That's the old fashioned way. I looked at it a few minutes ago. I seen some numbers. And they were right there.
Okay, well, you want you want to see it? So
no, but you know, we're gonna this your thing, Diann, you my sister. You know, anytime you call me, I'm gonna come and air you collect them. You don't know what you got. I've been trying my damnedest to get that other crowd on. I don't know what the hell to do. I hate to, you know, because I need someone to start from the bottom. You ain't starting from the bottom. You know, you on the consciousness level, you're a lot higher than the rest of them. Because I've been coming up the damn thing, and I went past it and I come back. You the only one I get to, but you the highest one of the damn crowd for my people. But you up in here, but they can't catch up with you. They can't catch up with you now. All the children. I tried to get in and just call me on the phone. No, they won't call me. If you don't do what I ask you, how can I show? I'm inside looking. But if you don't do what I ask you, what can I do for you? You know, I got a child and grandchild and the person over there, their mama over there. I said, look, go look at this thing. And me and you just talk and definitely have a job, and listen to have all the business shit. They won't call me for nothing. Yeah, I don't get it. They ain't got nothing, ain't nothing I can do. I can't do nothing else. You know, I mean, it's there. I can't bring it, can't come out into the world. But if you don't come inside, at least making one step, you know, I don't get it. I started out making a life for one of my daughters. Shit, they when you look at it, you don't know what it's doing, so you don't know because it's hidden from you. Hey, dude, just ask me, and then I tell you what to do. You got to do it. It's inside of you. Ain't nothing outside of you. You ain't gonna go outside of you and find you. That makes sense to you?
no, I'd have to say no. The scripture for today is Matthew 14. So let's listen.
I'm out. Do my thing.
Chapter 14. At that time Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Jesus. And he said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John, and bound him, and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, Give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. And the king was sorry, nevertheless for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison. And his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came and took up the body and buried it, and went and told Jesus. When Jesus heard of it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the cities. And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves victuals. But Jesus said unto them, They need not depart. Give ye them to eat. And they say unto him, We have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He said, Bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake, and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat and were filled, and they took up of the fragments that remained 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, beside women and children. And straightway Jesus constrained his disciples to get into a ship, and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitude away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the 4th watch of the night, Jesus went unto them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit. And they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, Of a truth, thou art the Son of God. And when they were gone over, they came into the land of Gennesaret. And when the men of that place had knowledge of him, they sent out into all that country round about, and brought unto him all that were diseased, and besought him that they might only touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched were made perfectly whole.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.